Hello, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Let me see if I can find myself as always. It usually just takes a moment to get there and to make sure it is up and going. There it is. Yes, yes, yes. All right, everyone. If you are here, let me know that you are by putting a hello in the comments. Also, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up. That always helps a whole lot. So we are on a Monday, and honestly, we're gonna do the paper pumpkin for tonight, but I really struggled with this one. I'm always very honest with y'all, and this one really got me. The kit is beautiful, but I really struggled with getting these alternatives together today. So we're gonna see if you like them or not. I made Ben look at them. He said they were fine. So we're gonna go with that, right? All right. If you are in the comments, let me know, or if you're in the comments, if you're live, let me know in the comments that you are here. And I am gonna show you really quick the stamp sets. So this is the kit we're actually doing right here. So we're going to be doing this. It's 3 cards. We're not creating these cards. We're actually creating 2 alternatives, but these are what the kits actually create, are these 3 cards. And then I did put them together. I always put them together just so I can kind of start the creative process. So yeah. And then this is what the stamp sets look like. There are actually 2 of them. Our March kit always comes with 2 different stamp sets that coordinate together. This is the one that you actually use with the kit on how it comes. And then this is just kind of the bonus one, which was really pretty as well. So, all right, because I do love the colors of this kit. I do love the actual kit itself, but I just struggled with putting it all together. So, all right, I'm gonna put you down on the table and we're gonna get started. And I'm gonna see if I can do it without my camera falling off, because the other day it came right on off of the little ball it sits on. So it was kind of weird. All right, and adjust my camera. All right, so let's get started. So the first card we're going to create is this one right here. And this is using the pieces from the kit itself. And then of course I've added in some additional things. So we are going to make sure I'm straight there. We are going to actually pull in the new positioner, which I'm still learning different techniques with it, but this one's kind of the basic, how it's meant to be kind of card. So I did put a little bit of adhesive here so that the cardstock will actually stay in place. So, oh, and I'm dropping stuff already. Ooh. Okay, I had to pick it up. All right, so we're gonna do some petal pink. I'm gonna line it up, and you can see where I've stamped the stamp that we're going to use tonight a couple times already. So I'm just going to line it up. I'm actually going to line it up down here, right about there. And then I'm just going to press where I have that adhesive. I'm going to take some petal pink ink. So we're going to do color on color, and then I am literally just taking and inking up the background stamp. I do have a blog post for this live, so you can actually go over to the blog, which there's a link in the description of the video, and you can pull all of the measurements and the products used. All right, so I'm pressing down. I'm going to press down pretty good. The background stamps are a little bit harder. If you have one of those Chuckies, you can definitely use it as well. You'll see I've got a couple spots there, so I'm just going to place it right back down. I'm going to press specifically in those areas. pick it back up, and then I think that's good. So that we're gonna set aside for a moment. I'm gonna put that back down. And then we're gonna come right on over here. I am gonna grab a piece of grid paper because we're gonna stamp this image, but it's gonna kind of hang off. And then I want to show you something else as well. So I don't really want it that curved. That's the natural way that this stamp is. But I don't really want it to be that curved. So we're gonna take it and force it to kind of go a little straighter. And it is gonna be a little bit of a forceful way to do it, but I would like it to be just a little straighter. Then I'm gonna press it down just to make sure it stays. Okay, then I'm gonna grab Early Espresso, and we're gonna ink it up. And then we're gonna stamp it right here. And this one I want to be kind of the highest one. So we're gonna stamp it there. Oh no, we're gonna flip this over. It's not gonna look as pretty on the other side, but it'll be fine. That's one thing with straightening out this stamp, is you're gonna have to press hard. So I just need to press harder, because it kind of gives it a bubble since it's not perfectly flat. And it must be my table, because I did not have those problems earlier. So we're gonna throw that away. We're gonna cut another piece. Maybe third time is the charm. And I will grab my piercing mat as well. Let's see, I should have a piece. All right, it's a good thing that I put all of the products I use right here in my little basket. All right, so I'm gonna cut this just real quick. Maybe, oh, there it is. See, I've already gotten thrown off with not being able to find the top to the cutter. All right, now let me grab my, well, I would say let me grab my piece, but I can't find it. Let me see if I have an extra one. I do, down here. Okay, we're gonna do this. I think my table might be a little warped, or the mat that's underneath it now, because I kind of put my heat tool a little close to it, I think. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try it again. Third time's the charm, right? All right, let's see. And if it doesn't work, we're just gonna make it go. There we go. That's all it needed. All right, so then let's take this one here, and this is gonna just kind of go right about here. Okay, and then ink it up again. And this one's gonna kind of go up like that. Then press it down really good. Okay, now we got it going. We're gonna take our sentiment and we're gonna go ahead and stamp that at the top. And happy birthday, or it's actually birthday wishes. All right, now I can move this. And I'm still dropping all my little hummingbirds all over the place. Is anyone on here all about the hummingbirds? I love hummingbirds. Hello, Christina. I do love hummingbirds. Growing up, my mom is a huge fan, and then I have two friends who absolutely love them as well. They're not necessarily my favorite, but I do love them. I think they're very interesting birds, for sure. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna place these here, kind of where we think they're gonna go. And then we're gonna pop them up with mini dimensionals. You love hummingbirds? Oh, good. Yes, they are definitely very interesting, for sure. They are fun to watch, but you know, they can get real aggressive when you get in their way. That is one thing I learned watching them. A friend of mine has a camera put on them so that she can watch them from anywhere. She likes to do her morning devotions, watching them as well on her porch. So, but my mom loves them. And my mom does usually pretty good with the feeding and all that. So she gets a lot of them every year, which is kind of fun for her. I've noticed that over the years, the older I get, the more bird watching I do. I always thought that was an old person thing, but here I am in my 40s and loving to watch them. So, all right, let's do this over here. We'll get this one. We're doing minis because, well, first and foremost, I have a million mini dimensionals. And then the other thing is the mini dimensionals work a lot better with these little pieces from the kit. So, and the skinny pieces here, I just cut from the edges of the dimensionals. So it's still part of that little one sheet. All right, so this is gonna go right here, right about there. And then, see, I have a friend who does that, and then my mother does that. She sits on her back porch and does it. And my dad, she'll actually tell you the best present she's ever gotten from him was an automatic bird feeder that has a camera on it. So mom can watch the birds from her phone anywhere she goes as well. And she loves that. So I haven't gotten that far into it yet. Maybe one day. The older I get, the more I become my mother. So probably one day. All right, and then this one's gonna go right here. Then we're gonna grab some Stampin' blends, and we're just gonna hit and miss some of these. We don't have to color it all. I just kind of wanted the flowers in the background to kind of stand out a little bit, but I was okay with not every piece being done because, well, it will take forever if you colored every single part of the flower. And I knew since I was going to be live, we couldn't really do all that or we'd be here for a while. So I figured we could just kind of have fun and just color a few of each. Which kind of also, I don't know, I feel like it makes the flowers stand out a little bit more too. And then let's do this one. And yeah, you can color them before if you want, but you can color them after like I'm doing now too. And the reason I'm doing it after is because you don't quite know where they're gonna hit once you put them down. So it does kind of allow you to choose a little easier. Although that didn't work out very well. I got it on it, but it'll be all right. Okay, and then let's do this one. And let's do this one over here. And let's do this one. Okay, and then over here, let's do this one. And I'm not making it the same as the first one. I'm just kind of adding in. Let's do this one. Okay, perfect. That's that. Then we're gonna take the Calypso Coral and we're gonna color in the flower, and that's just a good fun circle one, Kind of just making some circle rotations there. Let's go there and then there. Okay, and then we're going to go back over it with the dark and just hit the bottom. That's all we're doing with it. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to put adhesive on the back after I unattach it to the table. And oh, good. I'm glad you said that, Christina. Because I don't think you were here quite yet when I first started. I really struggled with this kit. I could not create with it for whatever reason. It's beautiful pieces, and I love the kit itself. But I really struggled making some alternatives with it. And I don't know if it's because I hyped myself up long before getting this kit because I saw the sneak peek of the hummingbirds, but I really struggled, really struggled. At, I think it was probably about 8:30 last night, that's still the only card I had created. And I go to bed between 10 and 10:30 because I have to get up so early. So yeah, it was kind of a struggle, but I think I came up with 2 kind of cute cards. So it is good to hear you say that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're going to take these dimensionals off, and then we're going to stick this right here. Actually, we're going to flip it because that fold wasn't quite perfect. So we're going to put the longest side on the front. There we go. Then we're going to take my favorite linen thread, and we are going to wrap it around the top. We're going to do it 3 times. And sometimes it's easier to hold it open like that and then run it around, and then you can close the card back like that. Sometimes it's hard to do that top edge. And then we'll just tie a nice little bow. There we go. And then we'll trim off the little tails. And then I adjusted this just to kind of be right above that petal pink cardstock. And then ta-da! Oh, no, wait, one more thing. I almost forgot. These came in the kit. These are very much like the glitter foil gems that we have. I can't remember what they're called, but they're very much like that. You have a big and a small size too, like this does. So it worked out really well because these are actually some of my favorite ones that we have currently. So we're gonna take and put one here and then put one right there. And now we are done. All right, so let's set that one aside. And then we're gonna grab in our next one. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna need to pull this back in, so I'm gonna hold on to that. So this is gonna be our next card. And this is kind of a go-to kind of card base for me, in all honesty. This little pot or this little picture frame kind of thing, if I cannot figure out what to do, I kind of create a card like that. And sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't, and I ended up liking this one. So this one also uses the January, February, March coordinating dies that go with the paper pumpkin. They are already sold out, but if you have them, these are great to pull in, or you could just pull in any flowers that you have that will look good with hummingbirds. Okay, we're gonna start with this piece first, and I'm gonna cover up all of that. We're gonna take our marker. You can use your Stampin' Blend as well. And you're just gonna flick some ink in the background. because I did not like it completely white. I needed the color. So that is that, and we're going to set that aside for just a second. And while that dries, we're going to go ahead, scoot all that over. We're going to fold our card base in half, give it a good burnish. If I can find my stuff. All right, then we're going to go ahead and put this on the inside. We're going to put that right there. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece here. We're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which is going to be using Secret C. And that's going to go right about here, like that. All right, and then we are going to take this piece. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to put adhesive along the top. And you want it as close as you can to the cutout. You're going to go down that, and then we're going to go down this side. Like that, okay? Then we're gonna take this piece and we're just gonna lay it right over. And then that's gonna catch those sides. The other thing is you wanna leave this part open because we're gonna tuck those flowers down in it. So we're gonna grab our mini glue dots and we're going to attach this right here, and it's just going to tuck down, and this one's just going to go right kind of like that. And then we have, when you cut out the flowers, it's two pieces. So I thought it was two different flowers, but it's not. This piece here actually goes on top of the other one. So we're going to put this like this. And it's just gonna go right there. And I'm not even worried if it goes to the bottom or not. I don't think that's a big deal. Not really sure if that's right or not, but hey, we're gonna go with it. All right, so we're gonna set that one aside. Then let's do our other one. And let me actually put two glue dots on it. All right. Then this one is gonna sit right here. Like that. And then our last one is gonna go right here on this one, like that. Okay, then we're gonna take and put one of the flowers on first, and we're gonna use a dimensional for that. And that's gonna go right here. Okay, this one's gonna be flat, so we're just gonna take and put glue dots. Actually, we gotta put the leaf on first though. So we'll put the leaf on. And that's gonna stick here. That one's gonna go down a little further. So right there. And then these are gonna go on. So I'm just gonna put glue dots on them since I've got that out already. All right, and then that's gonna go there like that. And then our last one is gonna go on the other side of the picture frame opening. It's gonna go right there. All right, and then this is gonna get popped up with a dimensional. And that's gonna go right there. Then we have our hummingbird. And again, I'm gonna go back to the mini dimensionals just because some of the spots we're gonna get into are a little smaller. So it just works out to just do it all if I can get them off my finger. All right, so then there, and then one more. We'll do one more. Okay, and then we're going to take and cut our edge right there. And that's gonna sit on there like that. Okay, then we're gonna take the backings off. And just that one there. Then this is gonna sit here, kind of down in that center there. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna put this beautiful. So it's gonna say hello beautiful. So we're gonna put dimensionals on this, and again, we're gonna go with our mini. So we're gonna put one here, one there, and one there. Then we're gonna do these edges here. So that's gonna go up that one like that. And then I just want another little one to go across here. Like that, okay? And then we'll take these backs off, and then we can put it next to our hello, and then we will be almost done. So that'll go right there, like that. We've got some ribbon we want to put, or some twine that we want to put down. So we're going to go with the white out of our multi-pack, and we're just going to tie a little bow, because every card needs a bow. At least in my opinion, it does. And then we'll trim off those ends. Grab a glue dot. We're using a lot of glue dots today. And then it's gonna stick right there. Okay, we'll flip this over. Let's add some dimensionals, because everything is better popped up. And one more. Yes, you are correct. You know, there's a lot of flowers that are in the, well, current, past, retired, all of it. There's so many that are out there that would be good. There was a tulip set that I kept thinking, oh, that would have been the perfect set to go along with this. But of course, I sold it because it was retired. So, all right, last but not least, let's add our little shimmer embellishments here. So we're gonna do one, if I can get it up, one there. We're gonna do a small one right here. Another big one here, right there. Let's do another big one right here. And then we'll do a small one right there, maybe. Right there. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so that was our 2 cards for this week. And I'm gonna be honest with you, again, even as much as I love this set itself, struggling with making these 2 cards, you will probably not have a 3rd one for this week. A lot of times I'll post it over on Facebook, but probably not going to happen this week. So I hope though that you enjoyed it. I do have one more kit left. If anybody would like to purchase it, you can just email me. My email is in the description of this video, and make sure you go check out the blog post because it has all the measurements, all the products used, so that you can recreate it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.